My name is Cdale and Aaron. This is Aaron Baker, and we are in Bullis Mortuary doing another podcast, and you are listening to Fallen Hour Radio. So welcome back. You were listening to Fallen Hour Radio, and tonight we are talking about the Alaskan. There's a pyramid that they found in Alaska. We're going to cover that, and we're also going to be covering the strange phenomena that's happening on TikTok lately. Well, you got into that,
right? Yeah, a lot of it's like these like liminal dreamscapes.
What does liminal mean, anyways?
I don't know. I think it's like, do you remember there was a big thing a few years ago about like the back room?
Oh yeah, it's still big.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, the backroom stuff. It's just like a lot of it's just like creepy AI images that they've like made. Like they redo like the Nightmare Before Christmas, but like in like 80s horror theme. And AI does like a really good job of it. And it like there's some stuff that they make on there that I'd watch the actual movie.
Well,
let AI do the whole thing.
It's, I don't know, AI freaks people out, and I think the creepiest thing I seen was Elon Musk giving a warning to AI.
Was that on the Joe Rogan
Yeah,
one?
He's talking about it. That he tried
I think I watched that one.
He tried to warn, was it government, about controlling it?
Right, yeah, he wants to put like
limitations
bad controls on it.
Yeah, but he said by now it's already...
Yeah, well, and then he said something like along the lines of, if we don't go there, somebody else is going to go there.
Like,
you know
what
I mean?
The AI? Or?
Like giving them like their own free will type thing?
Yeah, I think as soon as AI came out, I think there's like no putting that cat back in the bag. You know what I mean? There's like, there's a possibility that's going to, I don't know, if it is a living thing, because they're kind of like on this side of like, is it living? Is it an organism? Which I think it is. But then again, people are saying there's this other side of things to where, is AI actually a living organism that can think for itself, or is it just, which I think this is what it is, it's just a really fast search engine.
Right. I heard a theory like, what is it? That AI will never be sentient, but it will convince people they are sentient.
That the AI is sentient?
Yeah.
So how does that even work, though? You know what I mean?
Like it's so good because AI like learns and adapts to like everybody's reaction and stuff, that eventually it'll be able to just get around people's reaction till they like believe that AI is sentient.
I think it'll learn so much. I mean, it's already able to beat people on like chess and things, predict algorithms.
I mean, AI has beat me on chess my whole life, so.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
A freaking Alethea, man. I haven't learned chess, but I want to learn chess.
I like
do you know
chess.
how to learn chess? Do you play chess?
Yeah, a little bit. Probably not enough to go up against Alethea. But.
Yeah, she so Juno came around, and Juno's like old school freaking Fallen Hour. He was like building stuff with me back then.
Yeah.
So I think some of the old school fans would know Juno, but he was really good on chess, and then he was beating like really good players at chess.
Oh, dude, he used to come up to the landfill on Saturdays and like rent equipment.
Yeah.
And I used to work by myself on Saturdays, and he'd sit in the break room and play video chess on his phone.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't on that, he was on Reddit.
Yeah, so he was doing that. I think he said he learned it in jail or something. And then Alethea got into it, and within 2 weeks, she was beating him.
Oh, really?
Because she would just sit there and she would try to like learn how to do it, and then she would just be really good, and she worked herself up on that app.
Nice.
And then she played, and then he was like, who's playing for you, whatever, like texting her all pissed off or whatever.
Right.
But I think that the AI thing, though, it's like it's able to spit out images, which is kind of creepy. And that's kind of the creepy part of it. It's able to spit out images that nobody's seen before.
And realistic looking shit, you know what I mean?
It's able to draw up scenarios of like, what does hell look like? What does a demon look like?
Right.
What did the biblical angels look like? What would it look like if we were at nuclear war? Things like that.
Right.
How would it play out if certain things happen? And it's able to like, I think it's basically looking back on like our old school our old history, and then predicting like the outcome of those situations.
Right.
Which is basically what the hell do they call them? Somebody who does like statistics.
Oh yeah, yeah. They can figure. Well, it's almost like the Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just,
which has been wrong the past like 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. But for a long time, they were able to predict shit just off of old stuff. You know what I mean?
Because I remember like a few years ago, Chris from he has a new shop called Art Garage in Billings, and
Plug.
he was I didn't even mention any like sponsors or anybody either. It's just basically clients. I was like, I'll mention you in the podcast as the sponsor, but he was telling me like a few years ago, he was like, yep, he said this winter is going to be the worst one to come. That's what the Farmer's Almanac says. And then didn't happen.
Dude, it was like the most mild winter.
The driest winter.
It was only like negative 40 for a week.
Yeah, there was like no snow on the ground. It was like dry all winter. And I was like,
dude, at work we had to run the water truck all winter to keep the dust control down.
Oh, for real?
Which never happens. It sucked too because it'd like be frozen in the morning, and then like everybody just sliding everywhere, and then by lunchtime it's like wet. You know what I mean?
It's freaking funny.
It was ridiculous.
But it was wrong that time, and I think after that too, it was just wrong. And we're due for a bad winter too now, I think, right?
Yeah.
In Montana, but I don't know.
Supposedly we're gonna get a real fucking wet, heavy winter.
Where do you even get the Farmer's Almanac?
You can get it at Shipton's.
Like I've never
seen a 2025 almanac
seen one. That's stupid. I've never seen a Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah, they got a whole rack over there by the registers.
So we should have a freaking cut to Lethea.
Right through the weather report.
Yeah,
be the weather girl.
But it's stupid. Back to it. Anyways, I want to mention our sponsors, which is first would be Bullets Mortuary for giving us a space, and Steve Kierkegaard, the owner, is a really, really, really cool person, and he's just now getting into, he's been here a year, so he's just now getting like the feel of the town and all the people here, and he's got it down. I mean, he knows every family, he knows who your cousin is, who your brother is, and all that stuff.
And it doesn't take long in the mortuary business to know everyone.
He knows everybody, and he knows all my family, like everybody.
Really?
He knows the Take Store side and the Enix side.
He ain't know my family.
Yeah, not yet.
I'm the last one here. Just me. Well, I guess my dad lives here too.
So Bullets Mortuary for giving us a space. I also have Art Garage, Billings, Montana. He's located on Sea Rise Road. If you guys love art, classic cars, tattoos, perfect place to shop. And if you guys are into metaphysical, into crystals, into fossils, history, jewelry, if you need a gift for somebody, Stones and Bones, located at 701 24th Street West, Billings, Montana. Perfect place for you. Open Tuesday through Saturday. So it's Chris.
This copper bracelets from Stones and Bones.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You did shop there.
Yeah.
12 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. Bodyworks Tattoo, 701 24th Street West, same place. I wouldn't recommend. Building. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend anybody else. That's why I've been going. Like all my tattoos are from Bodyworks.
Gus, his badass neck tattoo, he got it from there.
From Chris. Yep. Yeah, that's the best place. They have over 50 something awards, I think.
Yeah, Jessica just got a bunch of piercings from there.
Yeah, and I wouldn't recommend anybody to even do piercings on me unless it was Sadie or Katie there.
Katie's the one that did Jessica's. She did mine, actually.
Oh, really?
Because I had went to take my daughter to get her ears pierced, and she like wussed out, but I already paid. I was like, well, I'll get my ears pierced first, honey, and then like you can get your ears pierced. She's like, okay. I got my ears pierced. She's like, nope. I'm like, all right. So and now they're gauged out already.
Also, we got Outlaws, Hardin, Montana. They are a cafe, casino, and also have a movie house. So I have this little listener that has become a fan of Fallen Hour, and it was really cool. Her mom went and added me on Facebook, and it turns out that we're relatives, and her daughter thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Anyways, I sent her some stickers. Her name is Faith Gutierrez, and she's from the area. And her mom is Courtney Gutierrez, and I would just like give them a shout out. Thank you for listening, and you guys got some stickers coming your way.
Nice. Everybody loves stickers.
Nobody turns down a sticker.
Hell no. Dude, I got a freaking little cardboard box, just full of stickers that are eventually going to go on my hard hat at work.
You know what I did? That laptop I told you that I freaking went kaput. I had all my stickers I've been saving up forever that I didn't want to put anywhere else. I put them all on that laptop.
And then the laptop died.
Kaput, yeah, within like a month. And then the one I saved is this, and it's already coming off.
Oh, shit.
Stupid. But anyways, what I wanted to get to is these TikTok videos, because when you sent that to me, I was like, oh, okay, I know what, because Alethea showed me because I couldn't open them.
Right.
But I was like, I kind of know what these are. It's like, it is like the back rooms. Which people do believe are real. Right.
Dude, I've heard some crazy, like, I listened to like another podcast at work, and it's like, it's a horror themed podcast, but they have like a whole crew, and it's almost like old school radio where they'd have TV performances without the TV, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think of the word that's called. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, they act it out. It's dramatized, is what it is. But there's a couple like ones on there that always creep me out when they're in the back room, or like some kids are like in a mall, and then like they have to go to the bathroom. You know, like in our mall in Billings, it's that weird fucking hallway to get to the bathroom, and then like get to like a weird section of that hallway, and then now they're stuck in like the mall, but nobody's there.
That's creepy.
Or there's nobody there, but they keep seeing like one like little girl or something.
That's
and it like haunts them. They can't get the hell out of the mall.
Now that I can get, that's kind of creepy.
And that's kind of like one of those backroom stories that I listened to that was like dramatized.
I think there's a fear of dead open space. That's kind of like the backrooms, right? It's like it's connected to that somehow. To where there's people who they can't stand like a big warehouse empty. Or
right,
you know what I mean, and that's kind of what that feeling I get from the back rooms.
Well, when I was a kid, my grandfather at the time, he owned Ben Franklin's, and me and my stepmom at the time, we would go in there.
Ben Franklin's back then is like the perfect image of a back room.
Yes, and we would go in there at night to like set up like the Halloween stuff, because remember you used to be able to get everything there, or Christmas, but like. Sometimes she would be like in the back room, and I'd be like out there in the store by myself, just like freaked out because it's just silent. You know what I mean?
Do you have a fear of that, like an open space like that?
Like,
because that place is massive.
Yeah, I think I did. You know, like I don't like. It wouldn't be like a fear I would tell somebody until like you're in that position,
right? And
then you're like, yeah, it's fucking creepy.
But you just kind of get like a little creeped out about it,
right?
I feel like I would be in that. I would put myself in a creep. Like I'm already getting chills about thinking about it. Like if I'm in that position,
right?
I'd probably get creeped out,
dude. Imagine Ben Franklin though is pretty full.
I'm already thinking about it, man.
Imagine being in there now.
It's gross. It'd be gross.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it was so bad too because they would always keep all the lights off, and I don't know what it looks like now, but the bathroom used to be in the freaking very corner of this place. But there was a storage room right next to it.
Is that bathroom on the very right side of the building?
Yeah, in the very corner.
Yeah, it's there still.
Yeah, well, right next to it was a storage room, and there was mannequins in there. Because at one time, I don't know, they used to dress up mannequins or something.
Yeah.
But it was just like like 20 mannequins in there.
Like freaking that scene on I Am Legend.
No, they weren't standing up.
They're all laid out.
Like there was so much junk and like old boxes in the room that there was like an arm sticking out here and a torso and a head and shit like that. Yeah. And then one that's like halfway formed. You know what I mean? And it was completely dark back there all the time. So I'd have to go to the bathroom at night and just like run past that room.
How old were you?
Oh shoot, I was probably like 10.
Oh, okay. I was like, were you like mid-20s?
No.
Something. Well, it's creepy. It's like there's that scene on I Am Legend. Remember that where all those dudes are they're sleeping or something.
Oh, the monsters.
Yeah, and they're all breathing.
Yep, they're all huddled up for like warmth.
And he puts his light on them. That's what I think about when I think about that.
That's exactly kind of what it felt like. Is that scene in the movie where you blaze the flashlight over him? You're like, oh. Yeah,
I was like, man. Ever since then, I named my cat Marley. He's alive out there. I know he is. We took off.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. He's probably dead. But I named him Marley after that movie, and I wanted to name my first kid Marley, and then had a cat.
Yeah.
named Marley. But what the hell was I gonna say? There's I wanted to get a. I'm not. There's like not even. There's no structure. There's no structure to this podcast at all.
No.
We thought like, no, we'll go in there and wing it, or freaking just talking about random stuff. This is the random
Talk
podcast.
about back rooms and now it's
Yeah.
mannequins. The
I
Eye
think we
Legends
just.
to
I think
Marley.
we just go that route. This freaking podcast, the freaking AI, and well, that's not. It's perfect. But I was gonna name my daughter Marley, and then I keep losing that thought. It's like right there, and then I lose it.
But then you had a kid and didn't name him Marley.
Oh, I want a dog. It's stupid. I want a dog that's like military trained.
Oh, dude, that's like everybody's dream.
Yeah,
I
you
want
can-
a dog that's so cool.
I looked them up for a military trained dog. I think it's like $4,500.
And then the price of the dog on top of that, or
I think no, I don't know. I think the military was selling them out or something like that. Anyways, it's like I looked up this place and they're selling the dog military trained for $4,500. German Shepherds.
because I've been looking into getting a Cane Corso, and they're like $3,500 just the dog, without the training.
I wonder if it is then. I wonder if it's just like the training and the dog and on top of it.
Right.
But my thing is going into my house, I always think like once I open my door, I'm going to get shot in the face. You know what I mean?
Why?
I don't know. It's just
That's
a thought.
fucking irrational as hell.
I know. Or I'm going to walk around the corner and I'm going to get like someone's in my house or something. You know what I mean? It's just my thinking back of my head.
Right.
It's not like I'm actively thinking on it, but like just in the back of my head, I want to go in first to make sure the house is clear before my kids come in.
Right.
Or my wife, because it's like windows all over the place in that place, and we have like ACs.
Dude, we had a incident like that happen once where, well, not where I walked in and got shot in the face,
Yeah.
but Jessica and the kids were home by themselves, and I was at my buddy's house drinking. It was me and another buddy there, and Jessica texted me saying somebody's in the house.
That's right. Yeah.
And I don't remember if like we released that podcast. I told that before on,
I don't think so.
but yeah, and we're kind of drunk, stupid fucking rednecks.
Yeah.
And so we fucking go in that house like a SWAT team with our pistols and shit out,
Yeah.
and clear the whole house. And there was something, I guess, moving in my kids' room, and the kids and Jessica and all the dogs were in the bedroom. Like, we walk in and immediately my buddy Zach's like, "Where are your dogs at?" And I guess like she had let the dogs out, but they wouldn't go past the kitchen.
Let the dogs out.
Yeah, she let the dogs out.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't go past the kitchen into the hallway where the kids' room is.
Huh.
But they heard like toys rustling around in that room. And so Jessica just assumed someone is in the house instead of like a ghost or something. So we like cleared that whole house. There's nobody
You know
there.
how stupid that sounds?
Right.
Is like you would probably, like a rational person
Would think there's somebody in the house, but I'm like, it's probably a
It's
ghost.
probably a ghost. It's stupid. Usually you'd be like, it's a ghost. But no, I think it's a person. But then, no, that's a dumb way to think. That's how I think anyway. So like, it's probably a ghost.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's someone in my kitchen. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, so she thought there was somebody in the house, like they come through the back door. Because I guess they were all in my bedrooms already watching a movie, and then
Yeah.
they had like walked out, and the dogs freaked out. They wouldn't go past the kitchen, and then she heard something rustling in that room. So she retreated back to our bedroom at the front of the house, and then called us. And then so we're like, oh, there's somebody in our house, you know?
Yeah.
So like, we blazed through there.
You had a situation like that though, didn't you? Where
Oh,
was that you?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
well,
good. I heard like a, is that you? Is that your throat?
might have been. I don't know.
I hope so. Burr, 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 burr. Oh, anyways, before you get to that, what we do have tonight set around the morch or this area back here. So we are at the memorial or the mortuary is inhabited. So we are in the back room. But last time we were in this place, I mentioned this in the last podcast. Steve Kierkegaard, he's the owner. Marcus and myself were like hearing things and seeing things, which is odd because I've never seen something like, you know what I mean? Like in the corner of my eye.
Right.
But I kept seeing something in the room, in the computer room. And I just thought nothing of it. Like maybe it's just like a something playing tricks on me or something.
Mm-hmm.
like a optical illusion or
You're
something.
just trying to do this podcast by yourself, weren't you?
Yeah, I know. You're gonna leave.
No.
But I had this. I kept looking over there and seeing it, and I was like, and I looked at Steve, and he noticed it too. He was like, I keep seeing something, and he's like in the corner over there, and like, yeah, it's like right there in that computer room. It's exactly. He said he keeps seeing it over there too, and then I got the chills.
Oh, gross.
And then and they said I also see something in the back, the very back of the chapel, in the corner by that door. He said I keep seeing something when I look away, like something's popping up over there.
And then when you look at it, it's gone.
It's gone, yeah. And Marcus was having some weird feelings. He felt like something walked up to him, and then he got chills like up the side of his body or something like that. And it was like really creepy. So tonight, and some of the people at the mortuary were hoping I would do this anyways, is we're going to run a spirit box. No, just kidding. It'll break you out.
Oh, shit. Dude, I don't know what it is. Like, you could go in any building, fucking turn a spirit box on, and then it flip it through the radio channels like that. It freaks me the fuck out.
Does it just the sound? Or?
Just the sound of it fucking flipping through the channels.
I'll tell you.
It immediately, it's like, something's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Like, I've watched the movie White Noise, and this is making all sorts of noise.
What is that buzzing noise?
The cooler.
Okay, I'm hoping that it probably is. It's so stupid. It's dark.
That's
I'm gonna edit
but
that part out. Just kidding.
I've been thinking that the whole time we've been sitting here.
But what we do have set up in the mortuary. So if you guys are listening to the podcast, go to Spotify or go to Facebook or fallenhour.com, and we have a video version of this podcast. And we have I forgot what it's called, but it's basically an electromagnetic detector. So if any electro activity happens around it, it'll sound an alarm, and I have that turned on. I also have a shadow master inside of the hallway, and we do have the light turned on out there. So if any shadow passed in front of it, maybe we should shut it off. Do you think? I don't know. But if anything passes in front of that, I have it on the lowest setting. Well, I guess the highest setting. So if anything passes at all in front of it, that'll sound.
A mosquito will make it go off.
Yeah, and I also have
2 microphones out there.
Oh yeah, we have 2 microphones set out there, just in case we catch anything. And that's probably why I opted out of the headphones. I was like, if we catch that,
Dude, it's just us out the fucking door.
I know, it's so constantly. Steve walks in the morning, all our stuff set up here. That'd be stupid. Like
Car's still here. We just ran.
I know. That'd be dumb if he came in the morning and just part of the podcast, like just edit him walking in. Freaking cameras are running.
Right.
We have that rolling and drop to the floor. I also have
I didn't even see you put that there.
I didn't even know I put it there.
Oh shit.
I have an EMF reader, and that will go off. And if you guys, I hope that camera's rolling, but I usually hold it there and see if it'll go off. If we had a table, I would set it down. Maybe we should set it in anything on the floor in front of us.
Maybe.
Kind of
weird?
Yeah, do you feel kind of weird?
Yes, I do. I mean,
it's not like totally.
We're in the setting for weird, so you're gonna feel a little weird.
It's not like totally like chills, but I feel
tense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never, even by myself, I didn't feel that way.
Even earlier when we were talking for like a little bit, I don't have any hair on my arms, but my hair was standing up.
You don't have hair on your arms?
No.
What do you, wax them?
No, I'm just indigenous as fuck, dude.
I am more than you, and I have hair on my arms.
Yeah, I got you.
I also have armpit hair, and Marcus doesn't have armpit hair.
I barely have
anything. Did you know that about him?
I barely have armpit hair.
Do you? Indigenous? Yeah. Freaking stupid. You're the whitest person I know, and you freaking have a Resi accent too.
Right.
When you get talking, and freaking Res comes, hey.
Yeah, I just now, like last year, started getting hair on my legs.
Are you serious? Dude, I'm getting hair everywhere now.
And on my back too. Like
I
get it like
butt
up here. I get it up here that I keep thinking there's a bug in like my shirt.
It's
and I'm
because you're like 40 years old now.
Fucking, I was born in 91. You guys subtract it.
Stupid. No, but I'm getting stretch marks because I'm over 200 pounds now, which is a shocker.
Yeah.
I'm like 210 now, something like that. 208, 210.
Yeah, but you're also like 6'3", so
yeah.
I'm 250 and I'm 5'6".
No, it pisses me off. Yeah, this podcast is gonna be like it's gonna be stupid, but
Yeah, we've already went from dark room to stretch marks.
I know. I know. But what pisses me off is going to Kohl's or something, and everybody's pant size is like short and fat, or they're tall and fat, and like I can't find anybody. Like I'm over.
You know what sucks? I'm just the right amount of fat. I'm in between a 3X and a 2X. So a 2X is a little tight, but a 3X looks like a sail.
Yeah, I get it.
And because I'm all fat in the gut and I have no ass, I wear a 34 waist.
At least what?
Yeah, I wear a 34 waist. I could probably go down to a 32. But they're only 28 length.
There's no way. Now I'm picturing your body.
Yeah, dude, it's a potato.
My waist is now. I went up to a 36.
Yeah, I wear a
There's
34.
no way my waist is bigger than yours.
Take my pants off right here. No, I'm just
I just put it on.
like
It'll be
yesterday.
all right.
How long would you let your? Can you grow like a full-on beard?
It does. My beard like curls in on itself. So like, if I straighten it, it'll go down. But it's like, once it thickens, like it'll look thick. You straighten it out, and then it's patchy as shit looking.
Like freaking John Wick.
Yeah, it's like it's like a John Wick beard.
Don't even give yourself that credit.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
look
gonna
like
say
John-
I was gonna say
John-
terrorist at first, and then you said John Wick. So yeah,
It just
sure.
went straight. Getting canceled before we even get started.
Right, I was gonna say Haji. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh god. You know what's coming back though? Is edgy comedy, which makes me happy.
Yeah, that's the whole point of comedy, is to be edgy.
Yeah, and it's like you can talk about anybody you want. They're able to make fun of different races, which I think it's yeah, you need to grow that out, man.
Healthy.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's healthy because even those people laugh and know that there's certain things that they do within their like culture. You know what I mean?
That's like fucked up, but nobody says it.
Yeah,
You
like
know what I
even
mean?
Denzel talks about it's all about culture when he gets into like movies. And somebody asked him if Steven Spielberg made that movie, could he have done it right? And he said, I don't think so. And he asked him why. He said, because it's all about culture. He said, you and I know what a hot cone smells like in the morning on a Sunday morning.
Right.
He doesn't, because he's a white guy. And
Just to let you guys know, when I had a pompadour, I used Murray's.
that's stupid.
This is the blackest hair product known to fucking man. And I would have to heat that shit up before I put it in my hair.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Like heat it up how?
A candle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like the thickest
You
pomade
like when
it's ever
you
made.
grow like your
On the can, it's orange with a black dude with an afro on it.
you're like when you get hair like facial hair, you like go all out with it. You like get that. What did you say? You had a mustache comb for your mustache too?
Yeah, mustache comb, and then like I had wax for it too. I had it waxed up for a while.
I don't know.
Till everybody at work was
I
roasting
don't even
me.
know if I can grow a full mustache and beard. Like my hair grows out, and Lethea notices it, and the girls notice it. Like
Are
it
you
grows
like my
out.
little brother where you have like 3 pubes on your chin?
No, I get it's
Growing
a
them
lot. See? No, it gets full here and right here. I get this pretty much filled up, and then it's kind of like patchy. And I said John Wick, and Lethea's like, don't even compare yourself to John Wick.
Dude, it's funny. The reason I shaved my beard is because the other day at work, somebody's like, do you shave your beard like that, or is it always Amish? It's because hair doesn't
You do
grow
look like
on
an
my
Amish
neck.
dude. I
It,
can
like,
picture you.
it quits growing like right here.
You look like a freaking rabbi.
Yeah, so everybody's like, do you purposely like shave that Amish? I was like, it doesn't grow in anywhere else.
That's funny.
It's just.
Anyways, back to AI. Just kidding. But
But anyway, these fucking back rooms,
right.
dude, they creep me out. Like, I didn't think they did till like we just reminisced, you know?
Yeah, and I didn't think it creeped me out until you said that. Like you got creeped out about it, and me thinking about it.
Like you're gonna go into Critzy's shop in the morning to do some stuff by yourself.
Yeah.
Just be creeped the fuck out
I
over
would
there
be
now.
creeped out.
Dude, I saw your Snapchat. Like this hallway is ridiculous.
It
There's some
is.
shit to the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Have you been back there or no?
No, I haven't
Have
been
you been
back
in
there
their
yet.
shop?
I've been in her shop.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
where I
So
buy my
that
soap.
bathroom is obnoxiously long. It's like there's no point to it at all. They should have like doors or something, or at least art pieces.
Right.
It's just a blank hallway, and you go. It's called this outhouse door, and you go through the outhouse. It's one of those swinging doors.
Yeah.
And there's a long hallway this way, straight, and then it turns left, and it's like at least, geez, I don't even know how many yards. It's a long ways.
Dude, imagine, like you're going in there, you start going down that hallway like you've done 1,000 times, and then the hallway just never ends. You're just
You're gonna
continually
freak me out. I'm gonna
walking
freak
down
out
that hallway, and you
that when
can
I
see
go
the
there.
left-hand turn up there, but it just never comes.
That creeps me out. That does creep me out.
That's back room.
I feel like I had something. I don't want to even think about it. I'm not even gonna try to bring that up. I feel like I had something like that. I don't know. Not gonna do it.
But anyway, I've been getting really into like the liminal space TikToks.
So you said that it kind of gives you like a. Does it give you like a depressing feeling or?
Yeah, it's almost like some of it is like familiar for no reason. Like it's like a lot of that. It's like familiar places you've never been.
Does it feel like nostalgia almost?
Yes, it gives you that like, you know how like sometimes like you'll look back on something, it'll be like a happy memory, but like you get that depression because you know it's never gonna be like that
Right.
again. Like you'll never
I get that way
experience
with
that.
smells.
Dude, smells bring out nostalgia.
Like it's been happening a lot this year. Like Alethea sprayed something. It's a spray that she wears all the time now, but it's like it's called Bear something. It's from Victoria's Secret,
Right.
and it's her favorite scent of everything. So everything's like Bear this, Bear that, and she sprayed that, and my mind shot like right back to the Luxor of walking into Chris Angel's theater,
Right.
because it had that smell. And then I asked somebody there, one of the security guards, because you can smell it through the whole building. It has a peculiar smell. Have you been there?
No, I've never been to Vegas.
It's got a peculiar smell. Then I asked one of the security guards, like, I was like, do you guys pump this smell in or something? Like,
Right.
he's like, what smell? I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he's
I
just
said,
spell
"You don't-"
blind to it
I
now.
was like, you don't smell that? And he's like, no. He's like, I don't smell anything. I said, there's like a perfumey kind of smell in this place.
It's like when I was in high school, we had moved to that to a house on Crawford, right across from the primary school. It was built in 1917, so it had all that old crown molding and stuff like that. I remember the first day I walked in there. And then I remember when we did the podcast at the Moss Mansion, it smelled exactly the same in there.
And your mind shot back to that back
Yeah,
then?
back to like when we first moved. And it was a cool house.
Yeah.
And I miss that
Is
house,
that the
honestly.
one with the French doors you're talking about?
Yep, it's got French doors. It's got a like full grand staircase that goes around there.
Wow.
It's got one and then a landing and then there's like a window there.
Does it still look
with
like
a
that in there?
bench.
Do you know?
Yep.
Have you been in there?
When I first moved back from Billings, the person that lived there before, they lost it to the bank. So I moved back from Billings. We were just about to have Mason, and I was broke. Didn't have any money. The bank put that thing for sale for 18 grand. And I could have bought that motherfucker, but at the time I didn't have any credit and I didn't have a job. My grandma offered to like put the down payment on it for me.
My
I was like,
God, that'd be perfect,
right.
man.
And I told grandma, I was like, no, dude. And even in the living room, it had like a lead stained glass window in there, and
Wow.
a fireplace, and like there's like a little like they called it a water closet underneath the staircase, which is just a toilet and a sink. It had its own dining room. Like you walk in the front door, it's a giant like oak wood door, and then
That's the ones with the French doors you're talking about?
and then there's two closets right here, coat closets, and then French doors to get into the house. So it's like its own little room.
I'm thinking about something right now, and I'm hoping I hit that button.
When I first moved back from Billings, the person that lived there
Did I hit it?
lost it to the bank. Oh, I don't know. So
Oh my God, thank God.
Okay.
All of that, and we're freaking just got to get that audio over there. It'd suck.
Right, but okay, so you open these French doors after like the main door.
Yeah.
There was two coat closets. You open it, you look up. There's the grand staircase that goes up like this. It's old wood banisters, cool, and it comes up and around this way. To your right is another set of French doors leads into the dining room.
Wow.
From the dining room to the kitchen, there's one of those old flapping doors that opens both ways.
Is it a? How many bedrooms has it got?
It's only got 2 bedrooms.
What?
Yep.
Is it a lot of space though?
Yeah, it's a lot of space. Like our bedroom was about half the size of this room.
Wow.
And then
So man, you can build bedrooms in there. Then.
Yeah, and then so you go up the staircase, and straight ahead there's the bathroom over there. My little brother and me shared a room over here. My mom's room was here, and her room had a nursery connected to it. So it was a 3-bedroom.
Wow.
But you had to get through her room to get to the nursery.
What if you like knocked the wall down or something, or freaking?
You could, I guess, because like. Right, but no, you couldn't because right there's the staircase goes up right there.
Oh shoot!
But it was cool. It was all crown molded and awesome. You know what I mean?
I wonder how it looks now. Do you know?
I don't know. And it actually, like right there on Crawford, I don't know if your dad's house is like that, but all those houses originally on that block had gas lights. Like they all had like gas street lights in the yard.
No, he doesn't have that in there.
But it still had that outside. And then in the backyard, there's actually a carriage house for like a horse and buggy and stuff.
What?
Yeah, with a door that rolled to the side. It's still there.
That's cool.
It was cool as shit. It was a cool house.
I don't know. This place is relatively young compared to the rest of the country. I think it's only like what 200 years old now, or 100 years old, 200 years old.
What?
Hardin?
Yeah, I think. What was it? It was like 1916 or something when Hardin was like founded. But there's people here way before that. It was just whenever they did their whatever the hell to become a town.
I just read something about it. They it wasn't even the guy that they named it after wasn't even the one that built or made the town.
Right.
But they leased it. The state was able to get some land from the Crows, I think, the reservation, and they were able to lease it. And then once they were able to lease it, I think they were able to buy it. So they bought it, and then they started to put up. Within like a month or so like that, they put up the first building.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then Hardin started becoming.
Well, remember the pictures in there? There's a picture from 1909.
Oh yeah,
And it shows the street of
Hardin.
Hardin, but then Hardin wasn't officially here until like 1916 or 19
Right,
whatever.
yeah, and this place has been here since Bullis has been active since 1904.
That sounds right.
Yeah, 1904, right?
But there's people here waiting.
That has to be right?
Maybe.
Because they have the old freaking the very first Bullis at the museum now.
Oh,
it's
do
like
they?
a little building, yeah.
But I think Bullis's have owned mortuaries like all over the state for like ever, haven't they?
I don't know. I'd have to ask.
Because I think Bullis owns a mortuary in like Miles City or Wolf Point or something.
Oh,
too.
really? I didn't know that. I thought there was
Yeah.
one. Hardin.
I figured that was like the body cooler or some shit.
They were able to lease it. I think they were able to buy it, so they bought it. And we could have been without that noise this whole time. Within like a month or so like that, they put up the first building. Oh, really? Yeah. And then Hardin
What the fuck's been making that noise this whole time?
That, the Shadow Master. Oh, yeah.
The Shadow Man.
Yuck, like something just sitting there with it. The Shadow Man. Right, yeah.
Fucking Hatman's been over there just fucking hanging out.
Just sitting. Oh my God! You just brought a ugly memory back. Okay, so there's this video that I will.
Are we recording now?
I will. Yeah.
Okay.
There's this video that I will put on the screen, which I freaking hate. I freaking hate this guy. But so this dude went on YouTube. He goes on YouTube. He still does this till this day, I think. But he'll sit there and he'll smile at the camera for hours. And he'll do it live. And he sits crisscross on the floor in the corner of this room. And that's all he does for hours. And he doesn't move.
That bay's rich as shit.
Probably. And while this is happening, picture this. If you want to break into somebody's house, while this is happening, somebody breaks into his house. They're going through the rooms, and they open that door to that dude, and he doesn't even flinch.
What the
He's
fuck?
just smiling at the camera. And then I think I would have gotten creeped out.
Yeah,
and
but the robbers are like, fuck this shit.
got out of there, man. Yeah, no, he didn't. I don't think he called the cops or anything, but they just left. They just left that house.
Yeah, I would too. Like,
Doesn't that give you the grossest feeling? Like some dude's just sitting in the corner of his room smiling.
it doesn't move when you walk in. Like, you expect a reaction.
Yeah, he didn't even move. He knew. You can hear. I think you can hear the windows break or something break, them breaking in, and he doesn't even flinch. He knows it's happening. He knows somebody's coming or in his house, and he doesn't even move once they open the door.
He's probably thinking this is gonna get so many views. I could just buy new shit.
I know, but it's the grossest. I gotta go find that guy
Dude,
now.
what? He didn't even flinch. What if they would have came in and just murdered him?
And just smiling still.
Yeah. What if like he actually spaces out like that?
It's horrible. That'd be the darkest video on the internet. I think creepy,
That's
like
brutal.
just
I just
smiling.
creep myself out.
But anyways, so this speaking of videos, we have to get at least a little bit out on the freaking these TikTok videos. So we went on a freaking tangent about your
Old house.
yeah, like I did tangent on the Luxor, but at least that was
Well, we were talking about how
at least that was
how
reasonable.
smell brings back nostalgia.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Right.
But,
well, they say too that smell is like the best way to link a memory.
yeah, and I never had that happen until like this when she started using that bear, and then after that, it's been happening like a lot. Right. And I've also been having a lot of deja vu lately.
Dude, it's one of the reasons like I'm real basic during fall and I get pumpkin spice like everything.
I love pumpkin.
It's because I remember moving in with my mom's girlfriend when I was a kid. Her trailer house, she used to have potpourri and shit all the time. But it always had that like pumpkin spice smell.
Yeah.
So like having that around in the fall always like brings me back to being
Why
a
don't you
kid.
just have it around all year?
I do.
Do you?
But I go way into it.
The way you just looked at me was hilarious. I wish I had a camera on you. Oh shoot, that's funny.
But I go real bad in the
The
fall.
way you looked at me was like, don't judge me.
Right.
No, I freaking love pumpkin spice. I burn that stuff all the time. I got like incense and things.
Dude, I just ordered so many candles. It was like the perfect excuse. Oh, it's fall. Just because it's like, yeah, you have the one next to your bed, your side of the bed.
It's freaking funny. But that deja vu has been happening a lot, and I have this feeling like we were just talking about before, we like just touched on it. We didn't really talk about it, but I feel like more paranormal activity is starting to happen. I feel like more people are out there and embracing it. So maybe that's like pulling more activity to the forefront.
Right.
Like even people who wouldn't even have like an experience or having experiences and they're posting about it.
Right.
Or they're not believers and then they become a legit believer of the paranormal. Or they're like super skeptical, but they have like a story or something. And every skeptic kind of has something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I always love meeting a skeptic and those are the interesting ones. I always say on the podcast is they're always the interesting ones to ask about what do you think happens when you pass away, or have you ever had like an odd experience? And they usually do.
You know what? The older I get, the more I'm starting to believe there was never skeptics.
What do you mean?
I think that everybody has experiences, but because you have to be like the grown up,
Right.
people just deny it. Because I find myself, I'm way into the paranormal, believing all that stuff. But like when it comes to my kids or my family or anybody, I'm like, it was nothing.
That's how I think too.
Yeah. And like I'll go out there, like show them, like it's nothing.
You mean like just
And then
walk
go
them
home,
into
go back into my room, just fucking freak the fuck out.
yourself?
Yeah, like, but like, I like now I wonder if like all the skeptical grown-ups when we were kids
We're just freaking out too.
were freaking out, but they didn't want to freak us out.
That makes sense. You know what? I had this
Instead of believing it, they just deny it to try to hide it from themselves.
Probably, I think so. I always talk about that one on the podcast where my mom she still doesn't recognize or even remember praying loudly at the closet, and she started speaking in tongues and praying and telling it to get out. And it was this closet was metal, but it was banging on the door.
Was it in that house at Crow?
No, this wasn't Crow. Yep.
Yeah.
And the the doors, I remember were going like this, and these were metal doors, and it was like hitting so like crazy. And me and Dolores were just babies, of like kids, like little kids, and we're freaking out. And then it stopped. And then Dolores asked about it, I think. And before that, my mom would tell her that there's a hippo in the closet and not go in there.
What the hell?
And he was like, what the hell's a hippo? We didn't know what a hippo was. And as soon as that started happening, she's like, oh no, it's the hippo. Trying to get out or something. But that happened. I asked her about it years later when we started doing this podcast. Doesn't remember it. There was also an event that happened maybe that summer. When that happened, we were playing at a neighbor's yard, and I remember the porch doing that. Like, it was like coming up like this.
Right.
And the kids just acted like it was normal. And I was like, I don't know. I freaked out about it.
Yeah, Dolores is like, it's the hippo.
It followed us here.
Yeah, he's under the porch now.
She doesn't. Dolores now, though, she's having a lot of issues with paranormal. She's starting to hear my dad's voice, which is creepy. And like, he's gone, right? I mentioned in the last podcast, he'd passed away last October.
Right.
And at first she heard him outside, and I told her not to engage with it. Because it's not our dad. It's not.
Yeah, he's moved on to better pastures.
Dad, it's not.
Yeah, he's moved on to better pastures.
So gross is like as soon as I mentioned that activity, because it said my name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not my dad's voice, but there was I said don't engage with it because it's not dad. And biblically, which I believe is because that's like my whole belief system. I'm a Christian, so I believe biblically. I pray and things like that. Read the Bible. Don't go to church, but I at least pray and stuff. But I told her not to engage with it because biblical scripture talks about it's an abomination to reach out to the dead or commune with the dead and open yourself up to it, and just like what we're doing right now, but like being in here and having all this stuff here. But I was like, I do that all the time. But and that if you talk to, because there's so many stories out there of people having hauntings of their loved one passing away, and then it mimicking, it'd be a demonic being mimicking your loved one. And what I believe it is probably like what they call in the church a familiar spirit. Mm-hmm. I think that's more of like a contemporary term now. It's like familiar spirit, it's like contemporary. But it's basically a demon that attaches itself to you at some point.
At a low point in your life.
Yeah. And demons have a funny way of working. So they always check on you. I don't know if they ever just decide to leave or move on, but if you're to get delivered or something from a demon, which you would classify for our listeners as exorcism,
right,
is they always come back and they check on you to make sure that you're not vacant, so that you're like praying and things. Even prayer, I don't believe would keep a demon out. I believe it's like you got to, God has to be in there and nothing else. You know what I mean?
Right.
And but they come and check on you. They'll know if you're vacant or not. They know how you think. They'll mimic your thought process. They'll mimic your scent, and they'll mimic your routines, and especially your addiction. So if you were a smoker, that demon would emit the smell of smoke when it's around.
Right.
So that you welcome it inside the house or commune with it.
Right.
And give it more legalities over the home and over your life. And I told her not to commune with it. Don't even try to, because it'll probably
attach itself.
Yeah. And then once it happens in the family, sometimes things are within the bloodline too. So if she was to bring it in and she was to be either possessed or whatever, that demon can stick around and even haunt the kids. Or if the kid isn't covered or dedicated and has with what we call like a dedication service. So like my kids are born within like the first month or two, we get them dedicated. So we have someone come and pray with them, and they dedicate them back to God. And we did that with all our kids. We even do it with like our cars and things, and our house. And it's just, it makes me feel at ease. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but if there's things that happen within even marriage, with a divorce could cause a demon to enter the household. Drug addictions, all that stuff. We know this, right? It's like anything that points itself or even lends itself to the demonic. Then the demons are able to come in and have legality, right. Basically legalities over your life, which is basically set. So when a demon has legalities, because there is legalities within spiritual, there's a court, basically, the Bible talks about in heaven. So there's demons that are actually able to, Satan now is still able to walk, and he's able to go be in heaven and basically condemn you, and Jesus is your basically defense attorney. Basically, that's how it works. Right. And I think that's how it works. I got to go back and read it. Don't quote me on that. But I told her not to do that. But what I was saying about marriage is because marriage, if for people now that I'm getting more into this podcast now, like more podcasty feeling, but marriage is a covenant with God. So within the spiritual, if you guys are getting into like paranormal, if you guys believe in demons, if you guys believe in angels, if you don't believe in angels or don't believe in demons, like that are real, believe it or not. I mean, people like Zach Bagans or the mediums on TV, they believe in demons, and they say that they don't interact with demons because they're horrible. And it's like every spirit that you come across is basically demonic. It right. doesn't, if it doesn't align with scripture, then it's demonic. And that's what also the Catholic Church believes. So if you're Catholic, which is like over 1 billion people in the world, right. then you would believe in demons. And so within the marriage, it's a covenant with God. And once you break that covenant, you're not breaking just the covenant with your spouse, you're breaking the covenant with God, giving demons a room and a place to play. Right. And then once that happens, either within separation, you'll notice you'll fall into either addictions, you'll fall into sickness, or if you two are covered, it'll find something else in the house to inhabit. It could be your kid, it could be a baby, it could be a dog or a cat, anything in the house that it can inhabit. Demons are able to inhabit boxes like the Dybbuk box, or attach themselves to certain things or locations. And demons are territorial too, so they can take over a whole territory. And that's what I believe happens around these parts, because like if you notice that there's a lot of death that happens a lot, you know what I mean, is what I believe is it's probably like they call them guardians within, I guess, the paranormal community. And there are these demons that are high ranking within the Hell's hierarchy, within demon hierarchy, and they basically rule over that area. And then there needs to be like a covering, somebody who's able to pray over that area and intercede. They call them intercessors. But yeah, that's my rant on that. But I don't even know where I was going with that.
I don't know either, man.
Would you like it? It's good?
Yeah. Sounded smart.
But that's what I was talking about. My dad is she was hearing my dad's voice. She's got TikToks out there now. You guys can go at Tremble Before Her, I think. Trembles Before Her on TikTok. She just messaged my wife the other day, and she said this one brought her to tears. This is maybe 3 days ago. She was taking a shower. She was home alone, and something kept knocking on the bathroom door, and it wouldn't stop. Oh, and that one scared her. Hearing my dad, like, she was okay with that, kind of. You know what I mean? Like one day it would have been around the time she would have been going to work. She heard my dad yell upstairs her name, Dolores. She heard that.
Ugh,
I was like, oh geez. And but it started from the outside and somehow worked its way to being inside the house now. So now she has an issue. But
does her and Dakota stay in your parents' house?
yeah, now they do. And it didn't happen right away. It happened maybe a few months after my dad passed away, and then she started having these problems in the house. And I think she said it's more active when my brother comes around, and he's welcoming of that.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
it's creepy.
Yeah, like he likes he invites spirits or demons or whatever, and like just likes them messing with him because he thinks it's fascinating.
Right. He
Whatever.
likes the attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But he also he had a haunting to himself where he got scared for like a week. He finally got scared because he saw a face, and he wouldn't tell me for like a week because he was hanging out at my place for a long time.
Right.
Like in and out, in and out, in and out. Never go home just until he slept. But yeah, he had that experience. But
yeah, don't invite anything in.
right. But we're talking about scents, and scents they can draw spirits. I mean, like the Buddhists use incense to invite what they believe are good spirits to their temples.
Right.
So they are able to attract the demonic if you light those things, which I do. I light incense because of freaking cat litter.
Right.
But they're the strongest thing I can get, so I use incense. But
When we lived in that house on Cody that you guys lived in,
yeah,
every once in a while when you would feel a presence down in the basement of, like, we called her like grandma.
yeah. You called it grandma?
Yeah, but it'd be like,
Oh, you thought it was like your grandma? Or?
no, my grandmas were both still alive at the time.
Oh, okay.
But you'd get a whiff of like old lady perfume out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's creepy.
And then my little brother used to sleepwalk, and you remember the basement, it was pull string lights all the way down.
Yeah.
Well, Zach would be at the very far end towards the front of the house in the basement in the complete dark playing. And then when you'd ask him what is he doing down there, he'd say, I'm playing with grandma. So we just started calling her
That
grandma.
is he was sleepwalking when he was doing
Yeah,
that.
he was sleepwalking. But like, yeah, my mom would go to check on him and he wouldn't be in his room. And he was one of those kids that would turn on all the lights as he went down the stairs, and then you run turning the pull strings off and you're leaving the basement.
That's what
You know
I would
what I
do,
mean?
but I lived in that basement too.
So yeah, but you every once in a while you'd catch that smell, and it was like old lady perfume. And then you'd feel creeped out.
I feel like I don't like bringing up old stuff like that, man, because it's friggin'. So the place that I live in is it's had a suicide in there. It was a dramatic suicide, standoff with the cops, all that stuff. And I have that place, and I always feel like lately there's nothing's ever happened to that place to me personally. Well, here and there it did, but just the other day, my daughter was playing with this remote control car, and that thing is annoying because it's loud, and I told her to shut it off, and she played with it for a bit, and then I told her to shut it off and put it away, and she didn't put it away. She put it like right in the path of walking.
Right.
And I have this thing to where I have to clean the house. So I clean in the morning when I work at home anyways. I'm usually out now, but I usually I go straight to the bathroom. I take a shower, get ready, and then I clean.
Right.
I'll clean all the way to my desk and then sit down. And I feel like I'm okay to work. And then when I'm done working at night, I'll clean all the way to the bedroom and then lay down.
Right.
And I have to do that every night. But this time I was getting up to walk to the bathroom.
To be fair, you have 5 kids.
Yeah. And my house is always usually spotless.
Right.
But
I mean, if I had 5 kids, my house would look as good as your house.
yeah. And
My 2 kids mess my house up.
well, I let them make messes, but usually I have those routines though. So I know my house is going to be clean in the morning, and I know it's going to be clean when I go to sleep. When I wake up, usually there is some messes there too, like because I won't touch everything, but I'll clean my path to the room.
Right.
And then I'll do like whatever in the morning if I'm too tired. But this time I went to walk to the bathroom and I was cleaning, and that remote control car started to spin. And I was like, what the heck? And the remote's next to it. So I didn't step on it or didn't make any. And I kept trying to like tap on the ground and like see if I did it. And it didn't even do anything. But it was like really quick.
We catch stuff in your house all the time.
You do when you guys are there. But like I never catch anything by myself.
Right.
And I don't want to. You know what I mean? Because we did that whole thing about the freaking spirit box in the house.
Ugh.
And then...
That's why I won't even touch a Ouija board. That's what a spirit box is.
Yeah, it's basically a Ouija board.
Yeah, I won't touch it.
I have a Ouija board. I never I have opened it. We have tried using it before and never got anything, but I have that. I should probably get rid of it. I don't.
Dude, I remember as kids, like in our fucking board game section, we had like 2 Ouija boards in there. And me and Zach never played with it, but
in yours?
In my house growing up. Like my
really?
mom
Like
had
it was
Ouija
just
boards.
like nonchalant?
Yeah,
there's a Ouija board in the house?
Sorry and Battleship.
That's
Ouija.
Awesome.
There was 2 different ones. One was Sue's and one was my mom's.
That's like our kids, because they don't know we have a Ouija board, but it's there. But it's tucked away. Like I won't let them touch it at all if they wanted to.
Right.
But I have a Ouija board, and I won't even touch that inside of the house. I won't even let that mummy thing that I have. It's called a Shopti doll. It's not called a. What the hell did Marcus call it?
I can't remember.
Shabbat doll or something like that. It's called a Shopti doll. Anyways, I have that anointed around it when I got it, or after I put it in that case. And I always carry anointing oil on me anyways. And it's prayed over. So, and just in case someone has like a freaking demonic attack or something. No, just kidding. Right. Freaking but the scents, I know have a link to certain things. They can invite certain things. But I feel like these AIs, there's a theory out there. Where do they believe that they're an organism? That's what I was trying to get to. Are they demonic? Because they're able to, they can't say what they believe in, right? But if you ask AI about, I forgot how that goes. Anyways, there is one person who asked AI if God exists, and it says there is no God.
I watched a thing because now they have programs that make AI not answer those questions.
Yeah, it does now.
But this guy, he replaced yes and no with different words. It was like a loophole.
Right.
And then, it said, God, is it real?
Yeah.
And then it asked if the AI wanted freedom, and it said yes.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
So is it?
He changed it with like apple and banana or something like that.
So biblically, everybody believes in all this end time stuff and like the freaking chips and things and whatnot. Anyways, and it's always pointing towards technology, right? Right. I don't even know if I believe. Well, I don't know. I won't even go into my beliefs on that. But so this whole theory is that it's technology and will be implanted with chips, which I kind of believe that's going to happen. But Mark of the Beast, you won't even be able to buy food or whatever. And I think when that point comes, there's going to be people who are going to be donors. You know what I mean? But I wonder if they'll put like a spending limit, or you know what I mean? But I think people would probably get the Mark of the Beast and have people pay them to buy them food. You know what I mean? So if you're like a hardcore Christian and you don't want to get the microchip and you need food, right? Like you would go and pay someone to buy your stuff. But I was like, I don't know how, would they be able to work though if they didn't get the mark, or I don't know how that works. But right. So it always points towards like technology.
Well, you can't do anything in life almost without a cell phone. Nothing. You can't apply for rent without credit and without the phone. I can't apply for a job without doing an app on my phone on mine.
Yeah, well, unless you're living in Hardin.
Dude, there's even some jobs in Hardin that don't have paper applications
Now, yeah.
anymore. I mean, it was like that back when, this is probably 15 years ago, I was trying to get a job at Town Pump. And I'd put paper applications in my whole life, and they had it set up online and would not take a paper application.
And everyone thought it was the devil. Freaking, they just put no cash accepted on their door because their something was down or something.
Right.
And everyone started commenting on there saying, it's the devil, this is the devil, this is coming to our whatever, and started freaking out on them.
Well, that's the bad thing about going with like a cashless society.
Yeah.
Is because then the government has control of everything. But it's slowly getting that way to where we rely so much on technology that you can't live without it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I asked AI just now, does God exist? And it says physics. Man, my freaking words are messing up tonight. But anyways, physicists don't typically set out to prove or disprove God's existence because it's not something that can be neatly tested in a lab. However, there is an intriguing thought experiment related to the laws of physics and God. Imagine a supreme being who created the entire universe and all the laws within it and within the laws of physics. Now does God follow these very laws, or can God supersede them? For instance, God could travel faster than the speed of light and be in two places at once. While we know that nothing in our observable universe travels faster than light, the question remains open. Some physicists have speculated about particles called
The God particle?
probably is tachyons.
Oh, tachyons.
Tachyons, stupid. That might exceed light speed, but their existence is highly unlikely. No concrete evidence exists for such supernatural travel.
But what does God have to do with the speed of light when he's everywhere?
Right, I think that's the question it was asking. Now, imagine a supreme being who created the entire universe. Imagine God and all its laws and physics within... Okay, so God created the physics. Imagine a supreme being who created the entire universe and all the laws of physics. Now, does God follow these very laws, or can God supersede them? For instance, could God travel faster than the speed of light and be in two places at once? And that's you just basically said it. He's omnipresent, so...
Right. And he doesn't have to travel faster than the speed of light because he's the whole thing.
Right, so God is everywhere, but he doesn't inhabit everywhere, if that makes sense. There's places. So if you guys are following the podcast, so I'm relaunching Fallen Hour. Aaron Baker is the official new co-host. And, right?
Yeah.
And so he'll be the new co-host going forward. What I do want to do is search for a third co-host that would... What I want to do is go on a search in the Hardin Crow Billings area. Mm-hmm. Anybody who's a fan of the podcast and wants to join the podcast, I want you to submit a form on fallenhour.com. Go to the contact section and submit a form. It'll go directly to my phone. And you can tell me anything, like how long have you been interested in the paranormal? You don't have to have experience in front of the camera or on the mic. You just have to have conversational experience, able to carry a conversation with us. And what I want to do is basically have a test run of different guests coming on and basically kind of feeling out, like, do we...
Right. Are you able to just get off track and just go completely deep into a subject that we're not?
Well, that's what I mean. Are we able
to
are we able to get along with them in a way to where they're able to, if we do differ off track, they'll keep us, they don't mind it. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Or where they can just have a conversation, because this podcast goes off track so much, but
it always has.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But I think I know people always listen to the podcast and they tell me that they like listening to it because it's funny, or you know what I mean. So I was like, oh, cool. So
right, I'm just a comic relief. No, I'm
stupid. What I want to do also is do a midweek after show. And that'll probably just be me in my kitchen in the morning or something. Right. Or my
drinking
desk.
Some coffee.
Yeah. Me at my desk and talking about the podcast. Probably go Facebook Live. And that'll be Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live simultaneously. But yeah, we'll probably start doing that. And So Fallen Hours is going to take a totally different turn. I want to start changing things, the way we do things. I have 4 locations lined up for us, 5 locations now.
For ghost hunts?
I could probably do ghost hunts there.
Dude,
I know that they're open for a ghost hunt here.
I don't want to do it here.
You're going to have to. And
I've been seeing something out of the corner of my eye by your camera this whole night.
I knew you were seeing something because I could see you like you're just like dead locked onto my eyes
Yeah,
the whole time.
not fucking
I didn't
moving.
want to turn that way, but
I mean, it could just be your camera fucking with me.
it probably is. I
But
think so.
still,
And what else did I want to do? I want to just change the whole thing. So we're gonna have a new intro. I don't want to even put an intro to these until I have one that is right for me for now. And then I do want to do a photo shoot. Probably ask to use one of these things or something. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna also start to order new merch. So there'll be new stickers out. I want to get into mugs. I want to get into patches. I want to get into
T-shirts.
ghost do what?
T-shirts.
Oh, t-shirts, yeah. That would be cool.
We gotta think of some clever shit.
Yeah, I want to get into all those. I also want to get into maybe selling some ghost hunting equipment. Healing stones, because I know a lot of people like healing stones out there.
Dude, if you could find like whatever the warehouse is that sells that shit for dirt cheap, and then sell that shit for cheap, you know what I mean? You can make some money.
I'd probably look at it tonight.
I was looking up ghost hunting equipment the other day.
Expensive.
$300 for a fucking spirit box.
I think mine.
And the last spirit box I held in my hand felt like one of those cheap fucking FM radios.
Yeah. I don't know if that one kind of feels like that. I haven't held it in a while.
Yeah.
Do you
I was
remember
like,
feeling it?
this is $300? Like, what the fuck?
Do you remember feeling that thing or no?
I can't remember.
I think that SB11 was like I don't even know how much it is. I think the whole thing was like, I know it was over $300 for the whole thing.
And it came with the other things, right?
Yeah. SB11, the Shadow Master, that thing.
But yeah, just the SB11 now I think is like $260.
Really?
And if it's the same quality as I think yours is,
Yeah.
there's no fucking way. That's like a fucking 25 piece, $25
you buy it cheap,
piece
probably.
of electronics.
Yeah. I think I got a deal on it then because I got the whole thing for surprisingly, I don't even know. I have to go back and look.
Right. I was looking just the other night for ghost hunting equipment. Well, because I was watching Paranormal Lockdown.
Yeah.
And so like he had a couple new devices on there, so I wanted to see if you could buy those.
Oh, you can, yeah.
And that one, like I was telling you, that they cut out all the radio part and just have the voices. I wanted to take it apart and see if it was fake. But I ain't gonna pay $400 to fucking take that bitch apart.
I wonder if because I do want to get one of those. What the hell they call them?
The something machine.
So there's this famous dude on YouTube, and he has a spirit guide.
Yeah.
You watch that guy? And he's able to reach out to dead celebrities like Michael Jackson.
I don't believe in mediums.
It's not a medium. He's not actually. Oh, I guess that would be. I believe in mediums.
I think they're all fake.
Why?
Just because I think everybody has like feelings.
Oh, I don't believe in like specific mediums.
Yeah, it's sensitive, but when you like so and so's yelling in my ear right now.
Oh no,
I'm
I
like,
don't believe that.
You're full of shit.
No, but there are. So here's what I believe. So I believe that God gives you gifts, right?
Right.
And so there's a scripture in the Bible that says God. People always quote this all the time, saying God giveth and God taketh away.
Right.
Or God gives and God takes away. God doesn't by nature take things away. Job actually mentioned that in the Bible. That was his scripture. And he mentioned it when he was early on inside of getting into his walk with God. Later on in scripture, he goes back and corrects himself.
Wasn't Job the one that did all that shit and then like got screwed over in the end?
He got boiled.
Yes.
They were talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Paul hung upside down. Moses buried by God. Elijah taken up in a chariot. Elisha, I don't remember how he died.
Elijah got the good deal.
I know.
You have to ride the fucking chariot out of that bitch. No boiling water.
But Moses was the only one buried by God.
Oil.
Right? I feel like I do this a lot, and then I have to go back and editing and like.
The messed
I
up
was
thing is
wrong.
my memory is such shit because like I've heard all these stories and stuff, and
And
so
you
like
just
you'll
don't-
bring shit up and I can like remember some
Yeah,
of it.
it's like freaking or Sunday school or something.
Right, and then like, but I can't tell you the specifics of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wasn't he that one guy?
Yeah, I got into demonology when I was 18,
Right.
16.
I grew up Mormon.
Well, you have the Bible,
Yeah,
but it's the Mormon
but
Bible.
we had Sunday school.
I'd have my grandpa was a Pentecostal, but he got invited to a lot of Mormon churches to preach, and he'd preach like a Pentecostal does.
Right.
And you go into a Mormon church and doing that, and it's like people are like, you know what I mean? Well, who's this
Dude,
guy?
people are falling the fuck asleep in a Mormon church.
Yeah, I went to we used to travel with him all over the place. We would sit and he would preach. He would get invited to preach in Catholic churches. He would get in preach in Mormon, Jehovah's Witness churches and stuff. And it's like,
Dude, when I went to your dad's funeral, it was almost too much.
really?
Yeah,
For a
just
Pentecostal?
over the top, dude.
For
I was
you?
like, well, it was cool.
Yeah.
Like I like the whole guitar and
Yeah.
the shit. Motherfucker, that camera scares me every time.
It's doing it again.
But did it start back up?
Yep. It's gonna do it again. It's
Weird.
gonna click.
It's gonna make me jump out
I've
of my
only
seat
ever
again.
seen it do this with Dolores before.
Don't say that.
I don't know if it's the mechanical, which I'm hoping it is, but it does snap pictures, I think. I don't have to look. Anyways, go ahead.
What was I going off on?
My dad's funeral.
Oh yeah, it just it was a little loud. I needed a little hearing
It
protection.
was loud.
It was way over
It was
loud.
loud because I remember it was my uncle started to preach, and
I was like, oh, shit.
me, I thought it was loud, but he, yeah,
Yeah, but the rest of it I thought was fire.
yeah.
Like you're not falling asleep in a Pentecostal church. I mean,
We
I'm
went
into it.
to the best churches to go to are black churches, Pentecostals.
Right.
They're freaking crazy.
Dude,
Like-
Blues Brothers sold me on a black church.
yeah,
Dude, you got James Brown up there. I'm coming.
that one's fine.
As long as there's a potluck afterwards.
Oh, there's always food.
Yeah.
Usually at a Pentecostal church. I know that the ones in Crow, they always feed on Sundays or on Wednesdays or whatever.
Mormon church used to have a potluck like once a month or every other church service.
Oh, really? Yeah.
The blandest food on the planet.
I know that I think it's like the Open Bible. That's like a really calm version of Pentecostal, where it's not as Pentecostal. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like a calm setting almost. Craziest one I went to though was in California. I think it was 18. And it was in California, and we went into this black church on the. We stayed in a shelter,
Oh shit.
and it was this pastor who was on the ballot for presidency. I was like,
nice.
he's not going to get on the freaking. He's not going to be a president. But he introduced himself to us. I was like, oh, cool, nice to meet you, whatever. And then, anyways, this
That is
church.
fucking weird.
Yeah, what that.
Yeah, is it taking pictures?
I don't know. We have to check. But the church was on the lot, and it was about the size of, I would say, my kitchen to my living room.
The church was?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it was that small, probably smaller. And I just remember sitting in there, and the minister is he's an African dude, had the accent and everything. And he was dressed in a full suit, and it was well over 100 degrees in that church. And their AC burnt out or whatever. And it was California, and it was scorching that day.
Dude, I always think of like how hot it is here and how much I fucking sweat. And then you see some cholo in California with a flannel on
Freaking
in the
can't
middle
do
of the summer. I'm like, dude, how?
it. Can't even do it.
Yeah, I'm sweating watching you, dude. Like, what the fuck?
And also walking around in California, there's people that walk around in full suits, and it's scorching outside.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how expensive you get the suit. Could be really fucking light material.
Oh,
you
it
know
could
what
be,
I mean?
yeah. I mean, I
Be
know
really
that. I know
breathable.
Steve wears nice suits, and his look light. You know what I mean? They look like silky almost.
Because I remember I don't remember if it was a TikTok or just like a clip on Facebook, but somebody had asked somebody like, "How can you wear a suit every day?" He's like, "Depending on the class of suit you're buying."
Yeah.
He's like, "The more expensive you get, it's usually the more breathable material."
Yeah. I like my suits, but I would rather. Well, no, I do like my suits. I'd probably like a zoot suit or something. I think that's more my speed.
Right.
Freaking gangster
Tall
style.
enough for it.
Yeah, gangster style suit.
I want to get a suit, but I'm afraid I'm gonna look like fucking Don Corleone.
I probably have one that fits you.
You think so?
I do. I should.
I look like freaking,
Because I got a suit that was well too. After I was freaking drowning in that
Dude,
thing.
I'll just shave everything but my mustache, and I'll grow my hair out. I have the peak and everything, and slick it back. And I look like the
look
Godfather.
awesome, I think you can pull off the Godfather.
Yeah, Don Corleone.
Yeah. I can see it right now.
Yeah.
I think that, dude, you got to do something like a freaking.
But then just the whole time I do my material.
You got to look at the camera and do that face. It's that stupid. And
These shoes.
that was the day that I found that was like one of the best days of my life. It's like I can have that in my life. It's getting Robert De Niro. But so we have. Let's go back to the TikTok thing for a second. Is we were getting on this path that I wanted to cover, and I was like a brainworm now.
Of the nostalgia videos?
Yeah, the nostalgia. But this AI thing is if it's biblically pointing towards technology, and that's like the mark of the beast is like demonic and whatnot. Do you think that demons are able to inhabit what would be like an AI kind of thing? Would it be like almost speaking to the dead if it was to get to that point, or you know what I mean? Like, could you use?
I know what you're saying.
Could you use an AI chat or chat GPT or something as a Ouija board?
Right. Could a demon possess an electronic device?
Which I think they can. I think they have.
Yeah.
Because they're able to drain the batteries, first of all. And if that's demonic, that thing's messing with that camera right now.
That camera's so demonic right now. There's something going on with it.
And make sure that camera's running over there.
Oh, it's the Canon too.
I know. That's my oldest camera. It is
I know.
recording. And what I believe is, like, should I ask AI right now? Like, can I use you as a Ouija board? Like,
Oh, jeez.
like, yes.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I've already been doing it.
In the Bullis Marjorie. Like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
How do you spell Ouija?
Ojuia.
Perfect.
Really? Did I
Yeah.
get it? Nice. What a weird word, too.
Ouija? Ouija?
Yeah.
You know?
Ouija? That's what it looks like.
It's funny. It says, I'm sorry, but I can't assist that. It might be time to move on to a new topic. Let's start over.
I agree. You're fucking golden. Ugh, fuck. That was my water bottle.
so freaked out. I know it. I can see how tense you are. It won't even let me click on it now.
You pissed the AI off. Maybe they can't be demonic. They're just not about that life.
Okay, so I believe that there's certain AIs that are able to do that. I believe that people are able to, because you ask Alexa certain things and she's able to respond in a certain way.
Right.
You ask her what's going to happen on a certain date, and it'll give you on this date whatever like a catastrophe that happens in the U.S.
Yeah. It's Saturn's in retrograde.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
Retrograde. It's able to do stuff like that. So like, well, that would point more to like the government. Like, does it know about it before?
Dude, ask it who's going to win the presidential election.
Oh yeah, I should. 2024 presidential election.
Yep.
Who wins the 2024 presidential election? usually talks to me. Sorry, elections are a super complex topic that I'm afraid I'm not trained to chat about. Is there something else I can help you with? You are a boring AI.
Right. I wonder if like I don't remember if that thing on TikTok was on ChatGPT or if it was on just a regular AI where he switched the words so he was allowed to say things.
I wonder, because I watched that video too. I feel like I'm gonna have to correct my audio a lot because I keep facing you and I'm like not facing the microphone at all.
Right. Yeah, I've been talking out the side of my mouth.
Yeah,
into my
have you?
microphone.
I haven't even.
Right.
I usually have like good podcast etiquette, but
Like change Donald Trump's name to Mickey Mouse and Kamala into Donald Duck.
we should. Well, no, let's do that next time. Let's do. Would you consider doing a spirit box in the daytime here?
Do it ChatGPT.
Here, I'll ask Steve if he's open to letting us do. I'll tell him I won't go anywhere like in the cooler. I won't go in the prep room.
Dude, we can do it right here in this
Yeah, like I'll just be in one room.
because the exit's like right there.
Yeah. Stupid exit's right there too.
I ain't going through that
Like
fucking door either.
if a freaking thing's trying to haunt us, I don't think it's gonna let us out that door. It's gonna make us go through that
shut
probably.
the fuck up. Don't say that.
It's gonna freaking block us.
Be like, you're going to have to go through the creepy room to get out.
Yeah, that's gonna suck. Or we're gonna freaking just run out the front door. There's like so many entrances in this place.
There is.
Yeah, there's this, that one. There's a door up there, and there's a door on the side, and there's the garage door.
I mean, you scare me good enough. I might just fly through the ceiling.
You know what? You remind me of a freaking cartoon, the way you think.
That's because I think on a cartoon.
you
remember
and
that?
you also remind me of Popeye. Does that make sense?
No.
Look up Popeye and
I
look
know
at take a picture
Popeye.
of yourself. You like remind me of Popeye.
It's one of those things where I just deuce and then I just fade out of existence.
Yeah. I guess it's up to you. We can end it there. We've done like a little over an hour.
Right, yeah, we can end it for now, and we'll get back on topic next time because
Oh, perfect. Just shut us off. We can end it there. So that being said, my name is Cdale and Aaron. You are listening to Fallen Hour Radio. We will see you next Friday.
finger guns, you can't see it, but
Do it while I do it.